Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. Thought I'd alert you about this just so you know about some of the changes that occurred here and some other things that I wanted to compile into one video, basically about how Pocket did with last month. On top of that, a change that occurred with the latest event. On top of that, a tweet that's come through that might mean we actually get some gifts here, but it depends on the devs and we don't know how that goes. Today, let's jump into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe. Congrats to the first winner of the Shining giveaway. Yes! Please contact me on Twitter to get your winnings. Altogether, let's jump into the video here and make sure to comment down below Shining and be subscribed. That's it. Let's get into it. First up, we're going to begin here, very simply. Hey, looks like we've been nominated for the Webby Awards, which I wasn't sure what the Webby Awards were. I didn't even know it was that big, but they cared to tweet about it, so hey, looks like we've been nominated for the Webby Awards. Thank you to everyone for your ongoing support of the game. Voting for the People's Voice Award is now open over there on the Pokemon News, and they also added Balatro games, and then said run it back because they did lose, I think, Game of the Year, or Mobile Game of the Year to Balatro during the VGAs, or Video Game Awards, so that's what happened. Last time we did win something, I'm pretty sure. We didn't win Game of the Year, but we won something around the time, and sadly we didn't get a gift for it. So I wonder if we're gonna get a gift for this one. But people were tweeting and like asking the CM manager, 120 pack hourglasses if we win. Never hurts to ask. No promises. Obviously they have to, or the CM manager has to ask the devs if anything happens here. But potentially we may get something. I don't know. They also were bringing, or people were bringing the attention to the fact that hey, you could just give a 10 poll for ranking up here when you rank top 1, which is top 1,000, which is a huge freaking milestone. Just give a 10 poll because that makes more sense. And then they also said I'll pass the feedback along. And then over here he said if you win, give us free packs and with guaranteed rare cards deal. If only I were able to make such promises. I'll ask though. So maybe we get something here. Someone said 10,000 trade tokens. Hopefully again I can give you, or I'm able to give you a high five. Hope that's enough. So we'll see if we do get anything from this. But if you do want to vote, you hop to the Twitter account, go through the Webby link here and vote. The games that are up are Pokemon Trading Card Pocket, Word Glyph, that, and then Balatro, this over here. I'm sorry, I only know these two, so not much of a thing over there, but it's Player's Choice Award, or Player's Voice, so curious if we deserve to even win that one. I'm very curious, but it's there. If you care, hey, do it. Maybe we get a gift. Who freaking knows? So next up over here, this is the event thing that we're talking about. There was a bit of an event change, and now we know the truth about how this event operates. A lot of people have been asking me, how does it work? So today I thought I'd also go through that as well while we're here. First things first, here you go. A special sneak peek may occur during this time for your Wonder Pick. This will make it a little easier to snag the card you're looking at. Pretty simple. Over here, sneak peek campaign is underway. It's available from 4/2, 11 p.m. PDT, up until 4/9, 10:59 PDT. First, confirmation is right there. This was originally data mined to be a permanent event. It seemed like they didn't have a date in the files for when this event ends. It also could be that this event doesn't end and they're just going to say afterwards, hey, you guys loved it, we're extending the date and not ending it for now. Who knows, okay? Let's be very honest here. The sneak peek feature isn't as good as we wanted it to be. It's pretty mediocre if you look at it, which I'll talk about in a second. But over here, it's a special sneak peek, pretty simple. Again, the original data mine said that there was no end date. They put an end date for 31st, which is like a generic end date because they couldn't find one. When I covered it yesterday or 3 days ago, they were saying, like, data miners were saying, oh, this looks permanent because they can't find or data mine an end date. That's the original saying. They later updated this article, but they kept the date, which they still can't tell when the thing ends. That's the whole point of it. But yeah, it does end officially now, which is depressing. Or it could be just like a ploy that, oh, you guys loved it so much, we're keeping it forever. Who freaking knows? We won't know. But in the files, it didn't have an end date, so I don't know. But how does the thing work over here? This Pokemon Zone says it's for all regular picks, but from my testing, it's not all regular picks. Pretty much, you go over to the, I can show you a video actually, give me a second. So this is a video from Game of JP that will like show it to you properly. And they call it a Peekaboo Chance event, chances that occur to get challenged. You can choose one card, and then it's basically just an extra card you get a chance here for. But here's how the video operates. So this one, they're hitting the pick. They hit the pick over here on number 1, and then boom, it will say sneak peek, and then you have a chance to actually get a sneak peek over here, which is kind of cool. You know, it's kind of cool how that's designed. It gives you an extra chance. So this is not the card that this person wanted. Now we can pick a separate card, and boom, you have an extra chance to get the card you're looking for. That's kind of what this entire system is for. Thing is, for me, it didn't work 5 times. 5 freaking times. Take a look at me trying right now. Like, they clearly state a chance. It's a chance to get that. So, for example, none of these are actually enticing. All of them suck right now, which is even more funnier. But if you want to spam your Wonder Pick Hourglasses that you might be sitting on a ton of, you still might want to. It's just don't think the event is anything crazy, because it is not anything crazy. So let's just say I want Dundozo over here. No, that's two of them. One only cost over here. I want Weasel. That's what I want. So I hit this over here. It says that there's clearly a sneak peek campaign underway, but take a look. I didn't get it. Oh, no, I did get it. Now that I'm recording, I get it. I love that. So I just did this 5 times off camera. I promise. I didn't get anything. So it really is a chance. So, for example, let's check this one over here. Let's take a peek. Okay, that's not what I want. I want Weasel. So I failed over there. Now, this is the one I want because I want Weasel. I have a better chance of getting Weasel. I did not get Weasel. I got Iono. The funny part is, now that I'm recording, it's going to show that, but I just went 5 times not getting anything. I didn't get a single sneak peek. So I did a 3, and then I did a 1-1, and then a 2, and then a 1. I'm pretty sure. So here we go. Now let's pick a card. So you see, I got the sneak peek. Now I don't get a sneak peek. So this one, I failed the sneak peek. So it's a random chance. That's what they mean by some. And also, who knows? Maybe it's like, hey, there's an EX card. It's a lower chance to actually get it because the cost maybe goes higher. When this cost goes up, then it counts a bit harder to get a sneak peek active. But again, out of 5 attempts, I didn't get a sneak peek. So now it's like a 1 and a 5 so far. Now 2. So again, it's gambling, but it's still worth to use your hourglasses. There's no doubt about that. So I highly recommend if you have a bunch of hourglasses, it's better than any other time. So while you're here, just try it, see what happens here. So for example, I don't want Electrode, I want something else. Let's say that this is the card I wanted, and let's say I won, but Ekans, wow. So yeah, it's random. It's high random. That's what it is. It's highly random. So don't expect to get it every time. It just happens when it wants to happen. It's a chance. That's it. It can happen on 3-1s because I saw it happen on a 3-1 already on the Twitter comments. But it's random. That's it. You could get lucky. You could not. So you could be putting your hourglasses in, wasting them, or you could win. Right? It's random. So yeah. Last but not least, before we leave here today, if you're wondering how is Pokemon TCG Pocket doing, statistically, financially, realistically, this is the answer. They're pocketing a nice pocket to Pokemon Pocket. See what I did there? All right. Stupid as hell. $81 million is what they picked up over here for the month of March. Obviously, all the time, this isn't the 100% most accurate thing. It's usually like a wiggle room of an additional 20, 30 million, either up or down. That's kind of how this thing operates. So they made a good amount. There's no doubt about that. Pocket is winning. Pocket is a very, very big game. Currently, it's dominating in the gacha sector. It's dominating on top of rankings and everything. The game's doing great. Right, rather, people do complain about the rates, the set releases, the speed up, the lack of whatever. It doesn't matter. They're making money, so they have a formula right now, and most likely they'll stick to that formula. You've seen since launch, the formula has been sort of adjusting more so on the other side of things, not towards helping the player base and such. But for the most part, they're doing great. So not hating on the game or anything like that, but just telling you factually. Not much of a decrease, really. 91 in February. March was 81. The comparison, if you were to say, is, yeah, Triumphant Light was released like at the very end of February. Truthfully, that was. And then Shining Revelry was released a little bit more into March, which they had much more time to count stats of both into this month. So you won't really know about how the game is doing until like another 2-3 months from now, when we start seeing large decreases if the player base hits that, awful honeymoon phase. So for right now, game is doing freaking great. And will they consider big changes? Who knows? They're currently number 1 in the market. Do they have to change? No, they're winning. So keep that how you will. Just talk it out loud. All right. Take care of fun. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Pretty simple stuff here. The change, the potential for some new gifts, and also how Pocket's doing. Simple.